You know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke. It's true. Everything woke turns to shit, okay? It's true. Look at what's happening.
We still got the drama with the Kamala Harris. Now, people started realizing that in her comment sections, you get a little bit of bait. She's been lying constantly, nonstop, and, you know, the honeymoon phase is starting to phase out. So, somebody noticed something kind of weird today. If you go to the Kamala Harris TikTok and you look at the comment section under the video, they'll say the same thing. It gets repeated over and over. And let's be honest, this is the thing. Kamala Harris has no fans. Now, she do got some fans, but the problem is that all of them are fake. And one of the problems is it's not just that she's scared to debate. She keeps repeating what Donald Trump says now. So, if you know, you guys are probably fed up with the whole taxing. If you know, let's just say you pay something for 120 something bucks, then they force taxes on you. Well, Donald Trump's been really open about that. Like, hey, I'm gonna stop taxes from now on. Well, guess what? Kamala goes and repeats the same damn thing as well.
We are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips.
Eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
Stop the cap.
And there was like another video that people were showing saying that Kamala Harris, you know, that Donald Trump said, F Kamala Harris. He does talk smack about her, but you know, the media, this is why it's important. Watch the video. They'll say one thing and they say another. So here's a tweet. It says, Trump calling Kamala Harris a effing B word is hilarious because that's going to be his nickname in prison, right? And it's like, kind of true, kind of no. Well, here's the video and see it yourself.
How did I do with the debate the other night?
Oh, fantastic.
He kicked that old broken down pile of crap.
Yeah.
It's a bad guy. He just quit, you know. He's quitting the race.
Is that right?
Yep, I got him out of the race. And that means we have Kamala. I think she's going to be better. She's so bad. She's so pathetic.
It's so amazing.
It's just so fucking bad. So
I just can't imagine.
But can you imagine that guy dealing with Putin?
And if you've been living under a rock, people already know this, but the black community is kind of not happy with Kamala Harris. If you haven't followed this, you're like, what are you talking about? You know, she's, you know, black and she's a woman. Yes, she has a high vote for black women, but the black males have been dropping drastically. And then you had the whites for Kamala, which is really cringe at this point. You see them and it's kind of weird. So there's pictures, for example, you see the people that are for Kamala Harris, which, and honestly, she could barely fill up a booth. But here's one picture and you notice one thing. It's all white people, sir. So it's the white guilt trip people. And it's just so sad. By the way, it's ironic because you get all the women that are voting for Kamala Harris simply because she is a woman and then of color. And then we had the debate that she's actually Indian. And she keeps transforming into a black woman now that it's convenient. And totally said, I ain't Indian. My Indian heritage does not, you know, exist anymore. It's random. But yeah, don't forget. Reminder that the Democrats hate women. And by that, I mean, y'all remember when they wanted to pass that law for protection of women and girls in Sports Act? You know, you've seen, you know, Paris. You got the trans people, you know, beating up women. And they try to say, a woman that just happens to have some X and Y chromosome. And it's like, it's BS, right? Well, here's something to remind you that when it came to that protection of women and girls in Sports Act, the Republicans had all 219 of them said, yay. And then Democrats said, nay. In other words, nah. Keep the men beating the women. And it's like, don't vote just because she has a vajayjay. I know it's kind of, just think with your mind for a second, okay? And speaking of other news, we ended up having Mr. Donald J. Trump's new ad, and man, it's amazing because it is factual and it hits you right here, sir. So here's the video.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Never got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally.
A new world order. These allegations are false. Weapons of mass destruction.
The USA Patriot.
The blueprint for large corporations.
We once were, we are no longer a Christian nation.
Donald Trump confirmed that he is considering a run in 2016.
Do it.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
He will never be president of the United States.
Donald Trump will never be elected
President of the United States.
People are watching these results come in.
We are going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
Does it ever seem to you that President Trump has done more than any president in modern history?
And in the 10 years I've been involved in politics, I've never seen an administration hit the ground running like this.
I could spend the rest of the hour laying out the accomplishments under the Trump presidency, despite everything thrown at him.
The market just had its 12th straight record close.
Taking action to save as many kids as they can.
We were energy independent under the Trump administration.
More Americans reported being employed than ever before.
Helping those who have served our country in the military to get access to mental health care.
The Great American Outdoors Act is the largest single piece of legislation to support our national parks and public lands.
Created more than 7 million good-paying jobs.
Websites can be held liable in court for having sex trafficking content.
The Abraham Accords, which for any other president would have been multiple peace prizes.
America did not enter into a foreign war.
The unemployment rate in the U.S. fell to 3.5%.
The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders.
Increased funding for historically black colleges and universities.
Allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs.
Kept the inflation rate low.
Honored with the Bipartisan Justice Award.
Had a massive MS-13 gang problem. 3.9% is the unemployment rate.
Requiring airports to provide lactation rooms for breastfeeding mothers.
Middle class family income increased nearly $6,000.
A dramatic escalation in his crackdown on illegal immigration.
An advocate for educational choice.
Tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
An act preventing animal cruelty and torture.
Taking out Baghdadi, the head of ISIS, Soleimani, the Iranian general.
Save Our Seas Act commitment to environmental issues.
We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Community development in low-income urban and rural communities.
Help us to remember the importance of fighting off tyranny.
Pulling out of UNESCO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accords, reassessing NATO and the United Nations.
Stood up for Christianity and the Constitution more than any president in American modern history.
We are stopping the attacks on Judeo-Christian values. Do you miss me yet?
Woo! I ain't gonna tell you, that video will give you a teardrop. But also, there's kind of speculation right now that Kamala Harris actually can't really speak, which we kind of know this already. But the thing is that every speech she has, it tends to be the same thing. So in other words, she has her thing of memorized words that she says. You know, politicians repeat themselves here and there, of course. But her thing is like almost 100% where she says everything word by word. So there's people that have been watching all her speeches and they realize she's just spitting out the same thing. And you're like, is this the person you want to run, you know, a big job, if not one of the biggest, being the president of the United States, and you got it just because you have a vajayjay?
So good to be back in Michigan. Listen, let me tell you, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. And listen, I am clear. The path to the White House runs right through this state. I took on perpetrators of all kinds. I took on perpetrators of all kinds and had a summer job at McDonald's. I had a summer job at McDonald's. So hear me when I say, so hear me, Detroit, when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. I know Donald Trump's type. And are we ready to fight for it? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win!
Kamala's plagiarizing herself and Trump. I thought fight, fight, fight was his line.
And don't forget, nobody voted for her, too. I don't know how we just completely just forgot that not one voter or American voter voted to get Kamala Harris in. No. People were just like, we don't want to lose, and we were going to reset the whole game, and a couple of rich elite people came in, paid her millions of dollars and said, hey, you know what? Your vote doesn't matter, which is ironic because now they cannot say that, you know, if you don't vote for, you know, I guess in this time, Kamala Harris, it'll be the end of democracy because they broke democracy by putting her in the first place. Don't forget, she is, what is it, Montel's side chick. No, for real. Anyways. You have one side that literally has nothing for you, okay? And I'm not just saying this. What do we know right now? The economy is total crap right now. We have an immigration crisis at this point. Everyone is divided, and it doesn't help that it's politics. And if I walk around with a MAGA shirt, somebody freaks out. And then if you have somebody with a Kamala Harris hat, everybody's gonna laugh at you. You know, for example, I mean, just like this tweet, it's perfect. When you have a flat tire, you change it. You don't drive around on it for, 4 more years and see if it gets better, honestly. So Kamala Harris, she hasn't talked about anything. She just showed up like 2 weeks ago and said, yo, what's up? Yay. I got nothing. I'm just, oh yeah, I was in it, but now I'm black and I have a vagina, vote for me. That's literally it. Versus if you go to the Trump side, it's crazy how they're like, we are here for fixing everything. The economy is falling apart. And there's a thing too. People are like, yeah, right. He's not gonna do it. Guys, we had Trump for 4 years. This isn't, I don't know where people are getting that like, oh my gosh, when he comes, that's it. He's gonna be a dictator. And it's like, he ran for 4 years, guys. That never happened. Why is it all of a sudden gonna happen the next 4? You gotta think with your noggin. Also, all right, we had Donald Trump well, I keep saying a tweet, but it was a social, what do you say, truth social? He truthed and said, I will be doing a general news conference at 2 p.m. at Mar-a-Lago, which was last week, and it was hilarious because he came in on fire, and the same thing happened just like that national black journalist convention where he just came in and they try to give him rhetoric. And bro, we got the 2016 Donald Trump again, where he just comes out, he is fired up, and he's like, I ain't taking this crap no more.
Okay. Mr. President, you have not had a public campaign event for nearly a week now. Tomorrow you'll be in Montana, which is not a swing state. Some of your allies have expressed concern that you're not taking this race seriously, particularly at a time where there is enthusiasm on the other side. Why haven't you been campaigning this week?
Because I'm leading by a lot, and because I'm letting their convention go through. And I am campaigning a lot. I'm doing tremendous amounts of taping here. We have commercials that are at a level I don't think that anybody's ever done before. Plus, in certain cases, I see many of you in the room where I'm speaking to you on phones, I'm speaking to radio, I'm speaking to television. Television's coming over here. Excuse me, what are we doing right now? She's not doing any news conference. You know why she's not doing it? Because she can't do a news conference. She doesn't know how to do a news conference. She's not smart enough to do a news conference. And I'm sorry, we need smart people to lead this country because our country's never been in this danger before, both economically and from an outside perspective. Russia doesn't respect us anymore. China doesn't respect us anymore. North Korea, Kim Jong-un, liked me a lot. He doesn't like this group. We are in great danger. We're in great danger of being in World War III. That could happen.
Travel?
No, after their convention, yeah. And I'm going out to certain places to help certain senators get elected. Not even for me. I'm trying to help when I go out to Wyoming or when I go out to Montana, or I'm going to different places to help people. And I don't have to go there because I'm leading those states, as you know, by 35, 40, 50 points. I'm leading by record numbers. I'm going because I want to help senators and congressmen get elected. Congressmen and women get elected. Yes, please.
So one thing that Donald Trump was talking about, which he said, no tax on Social Security for seniors, no tax on tips, just vote for Trump. That is more explanation than anything that Kamala has ever said. She hasn't debated. She keeps claiming that, Trump is scared. He's scared of her. But she's the one that doesn't come out. She just simply hasn't said anything. And we also had video of people, for example, saying Kamala Harris is refusing to debate in 2 presidential debates scheduled by Trump because he scheduled 3 of them. She said that she is going to debate on the September 4th one. I believe is the September 4th one. There's 3 of them. And Trump, in that Mar-a-Lago speech, straight up said, yo, we got the Fox News one in September 4th, which she doesn't want to because it's Fox. And you're like, girl, when it came to Biden, what was it, MSNBC? He went fired up and beat the crap out of the Democrats. So it's only fair that he's like, yo, we'll do Fox News first on September 4th. And I guess she'll do it. But then there's also one on NBC for September 10th. And then we're going to have the ABC one on September 25th. The only way it's not going to work is simple. If Kamala Harris says no. So she's open for one and the other 2 are, we don't know. Now, if you hear her speak, you already know. Half of the time, she's just repeating the same thing she does on her campaign over and over and over. And the moment something isn't scripted, she falls apart. Doesn't that kind of sound similar to a Mr. Biden? Where he was on the teleprompter all the time? I mean, it's in the point now that people have to realize and wake up. It's not even a Republican versus Democrat. It's to get our damn country back, sir. I miss the days, bro. I think 2015 was the time when people were like, I can't wait for next year. After 2016, since it's been like, that's when social media came. Man, I ain't gonna lie, social media messed up the political game, man, and all this corruption stuff. And well, I don't want to say it messed it up because it kind of opened up about the swamp, which, man, we've been suffering. But this is it, guys. This is the time when you need to vote. If you don't vote, see, there's a thing. We had people complaining from 2020 to right now in 2024 that they don't like that our food is so expensive. Eating out in McDonald's is now like a luxury thing. You can't just order food because it's so expensive. You already know this. $18 Big Mac combos. They're trying to do the $5 meals to get you back, but it just ain't the same, sir. Some McDonald's don't even have you can't even order from someone. Now you got a touchscreen because, they lost their jobs because, everything's too damn expensive. That's just the financial part. Then the immigration crisis and just in general, everything here, especially me, California, bro, is horrible, right? I forgot what I was going to say.
Bruh.
And then we also had, in the Mar-a-Lago talk, somebody said, are you worried at all about the size of Harris' crowd, Kamala Harris's crowd? And he's just like, bro, give me a break.
Are you worried at all about the size of Harris's crowd?
Oh, give me a break. Listen, I had 107,000 people in New Jersey. You didn't report it. I'm so glad you asked. What did she have yesterday? 2,000 people? If I ever had 2,000 people, you'd say my campaign is finished. It's so dishonest, the press. And here's a great example. I had in Michigan recently 25,000 people, and 25,000 people we just couldn't get them in. We had in Harrisburg 25,000 people, and 20,000 people couldn't get in. We had so many. Nobody ever mentions that. When she gets 1,500 people, and I saw it yesterday on ABC, which they said, oh, the crowd was so big. I have 10 times, 20 times, 30 times the crowd size. And no, they never say the crowd was big. That's why I'm always saying turn around the cameras. I'm so glad you asked that. I think it's so terrible when you say, well, she has 1,500 people, 1,000 people, and they talk about, oh, the enthusiasm. Let me tell you, we have the enthusiasm. The Republican Party, and me as a candidate, but the Republican Party has the enthusiasm.
I'm sorry, but if you just watch old ancient TV news, you probably think that Kamala Harris is winning in a landslide. Again, guys, this is the second time this has happened, where you watch the news and they always tell you that one side is winning. It tends to be the Democrat side. And then when it comes to vote, reality kicks in and you realize it was all crap. I already said it before. With Hillary, bro, the lies. And just like that new ad I showed you, you saw how ridiculous the numbers were. They were like, Trump only has like a 30% chance of winning. And it was hot baloney. And then we had the most random freaking epic stream with Aiden Ross. And Donald Trump ended up truthing. I was going to say tweet, but he's still using Truth Social, saying, wow, Aiden Ross's interview yesterday exploded, but in a very positive way. The platform set an all-time record by far with over 100 million views / hits. Congratulations to Aiden and his wonderful mother, father, and family who I had the pleasure to meet. Thank you also to Barron Trump for the introduction to your friend, Aiden. Young people are the future of America. Those numbers are really big stuff. I'm surprised he didn't say bigly. But yeah, he had that stream, and guess what happened? It exploded, sir. So I'm glad that the youth gets to see this. But this is the irony. When this happened, and by the way, Aiden Ross gave him a Cybertruck, and it's kind of funny because, you know, Trump's really old and he's trying to understand the youth, and it's cool to see him like, hey, Aiden Ross said him, oh yeah, Mr. President, the W, that means a win, you know, and the L is a lose. And he comes in and goes, I got your Cybertruck, look at this. And he's like, and then Donald Trump's like, oh, is that an Elon? I love it. And it's real. It's not fake. It's not set. That was a real, genuine, you know, reaction. And that's what people want to see. So then there ended up being rumors that Kamala Harris, nobody wants to do views with her. Because if you already know, if you do anything with Kamala Harris, you go broke. Example, we had the Netflix. Netflix donated $7 million to Kamala Harris, and what's the first thing that happened? People were so outraged that around 5 or 6 million people unsubscribed. And then quickly, all of a sudden, put out the Joe Rogan special so you can get them all back. That's just how it is. So, we had one of the bigger streamers, so we had streamer Kai Sennett, says he's been getting calls from Kamala Harris campaign and the Secret Service to set up a live stream with Kamala, but he wants nothing to do with it, of course, and he's open about it. He's like, yo, bro, I don't give an F.
Be in a penthouse in New York. Then on top of that, I got the fucking Secret Service calling me 5 times, nigga! I don't know goddamn shit about politics, my nigga. I don't know nothing. Hey, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Listen, I had a bad bitch that I've been trying to get on for like the last 3 years, the last 2 years that I haven't spoke to in like a year. I haven't spoke to this girl in so goddamn long who gonna have the audacity to text me, we need you a part of the campaign. At first I was thinking she was talking about like a game, a video game, like a Modern Warfare game, or some shit. Or if not that, a clothing brand. I'm like, what campaign? Shorty gonna say, into details. Say it right now. If there's some way, somehow, something was to go into where I do the stream of politics, I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm going to sit on my stream and say, why did you guys call me? Like, you know, I don't know. I've never did anything with politics. And these blogs are like trying to say, yo, you gotta do this shit, God. And it's all the top blogs. And I'm like, bro, since when did niggas care?
I don't care about politics. Leave me the F alone. It's kind of hilarious because he's like, the damn Secret Service keeps hollering at me. It's hilarious. And of course, then you had other streamers. So after Kai Cenat exposed and denied Kamala Harris's campaign for reaching out, asking for a collaboration stream, you had the streamer FaZe Ronaldo. He also comes forward exposing her and, you know, denying her request to the collab. The kid's like, who is Kamala Harris? You know, he's a young streamer kid. I'm sure he could give two F's about politics. So it's kind of funny, you know.
But I will tell you one thing. Yo, Kamala Harris, stop hitting my team, you and the Secret Service, to do a stream. I am not doing a stream with any politicians, bro. Yo, Secret Service, stop hitting my fucking team.
Look for the sub.
I'm not doing any stream, bro. Stop.
And then we had another news of people. By the way, MAGA media settles on strange attack against Mr. Harris, which is the vice president that Kamala Harris picked. Mr. Tim Waltz, calling him Tampon Tim. like, wait, why is he Tampon Tim? And it's simple. He's Tampon Tim because he passed a freaking law a couple years back saying that you could put tampons on the boys' bathroom. So yes, he is a socialist. You know, he's even more socialist than Bernie Sanders, and socialists sooner or later become communists. It at this point, it's like, yo, this is too much. That's it, bro. So you got one side that's super extreme left, you know, extreme everything, and they have no answer how to save the economy or nothing. But you should vote for that side because she has a vajayjay and she is of color. Or you go to the other side where, yes, you won't get mean tweets, but he will fix the economy, and it's actually based on doing your job. This is what's so weird. People, for a while, the moment when Biden became president, I remember people are like, you know what? Trump wasn't so bad. His presidency wasn't so bad. Then we have close to 4 years now, and now all of a sudden, people forgot about that, and now the zombies are coming back, and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot. He's racist, he's a bigot, he got 34 felonies, and what is it, the other one? Oh yeah, the hush money trial, he got bro, all of that. I hate to tell you guys, it's all baloney. except for the hush money trial, which he did pay a woman, but then you watch a video, an old one, and she says like, oh yeah, the believe all women, the stuff that Johnny did and all that stuff, and we realized the girl was the bad person. Yeah, that one. Oh yeah, they're BS. But then all of a sudden she gets paid, and now she's like, yeah, he did bad things to me. You cannot trust a prosty, sir. It's just that simple. And now we'll end it as that. So if you made it this far, bro, give me a like. And if you like the dumbass things I say, bro, subscribe. And that'll be all. Chinmonmon out.